What's up, Fortnite? It's the one, the only. Sticky Basket. Tumblr was up in arms over my lack of a video last week, throwing around terms like superfluous and prodigious, but unlike the community that Den of Keyboard Warriors has forged, I don't own a dictionary, so much like them, I had no idea what they were talking about. I wanted to be the first to discuss last year's music. The song Don't Call Me Angel by Ariana Grande, featuring Miley Cyrus and Lana Del Rey, was shocking in that each artist has great songs independently, but the juxtaposition of seductive pop, Miley Cyrus, and depressive pop respectively created a mess of sound that for me has no instance that would be an appropriate time to listen to. 5 out of 13. Conversely, Banks released her aptly titled album 3. Leaving aside the feelings I have for Banks, 3 is layered well with a range of appropriate instances to listen to. Banks' voice over the electric R&B is capable of evoking a variety of emotion by conflating without conflicting. 9 out of 13. Finally, Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti stands supreme. Where many artists have a distinct sound that makes them identifiable, Led Zeppelin existed in a time that favored experimentation. Down by the Seaside has within it 2 distinct songs, and yet remains different from other works like Trampled Underfoot or In My Time of Dying. They've been accused recently of stealing some of their music, but often the source said to have been stolen from is no more than a dog turd. The ethical dilemma becomes then, is it wrong to make slop slap? Spoiler alert, it isn't. And scene.
This is what needs to be done. You see, the founders ain't nothing but weeds.
Recently, I've been playing a lot of games. In short, I've been looking for something open-ended that I can make longer videos on while retaining a semblance of direction and order. I haven't decided what game it will be, but I wanted to put that out as something to look forward to. In addition, people have begun to ask about my face reveal. To put that issue to rest, give it a few years and ask about it again. Likely, I'll have forgotten mentioning this, look back as to why I didn't reveal my face, then reevaluate if that condition still exists. Murder on the Orient Express was a gripping tale. For reference, I'm talking about the 2017 movie adaptation of the Agatha Christie novel. As far as movies go, it's definitely worth a watch. The conflict I have is whether it's a better movie overall than Dumb and Dumber. In Dumb and Dumber, there's a similar cross-country trip being taken, but the characters on the trip have a lot more fun. I've never been on a train while a murder occurred, but I can see how that would be a bummer. In Dumb and Dumber, Harry and Lloyd take the death of mental in stride and don't let it stop them from having a good time, even though the cops are chasing them while they return Mary's briefcase. Murder on the Orient Express points a lot of blame at the victim of the murder, which seems kind of one-sided because the guy was dead and couldn't defend himself. Overall, I laughed a lot more at Dumb and Dumber than I did during Murder on the Orient Express. The theater I was in while watching Murder on the Orient Express seemed to miss a lot of the jokes made during the movie, too. So it may have just been because I watched the movie with a tough crowd that led to it not being as funny as Dumb and Dumber. And scene.
It's okay. I'm here. Will you help me? I need you to protect me. Will you do it? Will you do this for me? Just this one last thing. Please.
Classic redemption story here. The songbird, once a bad guy for doing his job, now becomes a good guy because Elizabeth played some notes that happen to spell the word cage. You'd think Elizabeth would then offer some leniency towards Booker during this next scene, but as it turns out that first taste of blood wouldn't be her last. While she took major issue with killing earlier in the game, she later gathers that killing isn't all bad if it serves her purpose. Truly a conflicted character.
On other oceans? You didn't. You took the baptism. You were born again as a different man. It all has to end, to have never started. Not just in this world, but in all of ours.
Smother him in the crab.
Smother. Before the choice is made, before you are reborn.
And what name shall you take, my son?
He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
Both.
Bioshock Infinite is a rare gemstone. When I first picked it up several years ago, I played it to completion and was satisfied with the story. While deciding to play it again, I knew every aspect of the story, so I felt as though I wouldn't be surprised. What I didn't expect was, while playing, to feel just as moved as the first time I played it. Though the illusion of choice persists throughout it, it is the infinite aspect of the game that creates the illusion. Simply meaning, if a world existed in which a choice wasn't presented, an alternate universe could have branched to create one existence in which the infinite other universes is null. The idea is presented well, with solid gameplay mechanics and a wealth of lore to explain how girls just want to have fun exists in a universe set in a time before the song was around. But the notion of alternate realities remains without foundation because the continuity of perception and thought form only one existence to the self. From this, it could be derived that we exist in the best possible universe, but this is a game review and not a discourse on existence. The story of the game centers on the phrase, "Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt." At its core, Bioshock Infinite is oddly linear, and while there was a wealth of weapons and abilities I could use, I found myself using the same 2 guns and 2 vigors throughout. I didn't have to look hard for what I liked about this game, and for that reason, this game earns a 9 out of 13. And scene.
She's your daughter, you son of a bitch! And you abandoned her! Was it worth it? Huh? Did you get what you wanted?
Booker.
Tell me!
Booker.
Tell me! Nothing is finished!
Booker.
You locked her up for her whole life!
Booker.
Cut off her finger, and you put it on me!
Booker, stop it!